Hey y'all, it's Heather. I'm in the kitchen. I have some things I'm gonna just be knocking off my to-do list. If you want to hang out with me in the kitchen, stick around. I'm not really teaching anything, but hey, I might inspire you to do something in your kitchen. The first thing I want to do is get this bone broth put up into the freezer. These are some silicone trays. I got these off Amazon. They've been working really good. Like over the weekend, I had tons to do in the kitchen, and it was really cold. I had put some vegetable soup in these. I just popped 2 of these little containers out of the freezer because I freeze them in Ziploc bags. You're about to see. And I had some cornbread that I had frozen. So, I mean, all I had to do was heat it up. It was like convenience food, but better. See, and these are 1 cup. They have it marked on the inside of the silicone for 1/2 cup or 1 cup. I did 1 cup for my broth. And I just package them in these sandwich bags and then put them down in a freezer bag. And 8 of these cubes fit perfectly in a gallon Ziploc bag, and they stack so nice in the freezer. Perfect. I have some more bone broth, so I need to refill these and get them back in the freezer. I just left my measuring cup in here from the last time. There's no need to dirty up so much stuff. So I'm going to get these in the freezer. I peeled some eggs this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and pickle those. We've had an abundance of eggs, even though it's cold. We do have a lot of chickens, though. The ducks and the chickens are laying pretty well. So I boiled these in hopes that someone would eat them boiled, but they have not gotten eaten. So we will pickle them. But I do know one of these eggs was broken, and I don't want to put the broken one in here. And I wasn't looking whenever I started, so we'll look again. Oh, there it is. There's the broken egg. I don't want that in there because I don't want the yolk, getting out of the white and getting all nasty in my brine. Here we go. I'm going to put a cup of water, 3 cups of vinegar. And I will say this is what I'm doing this time. I don't do the recipe like this every time, but we don't have any pickled eggs. So I feel like when I put more vinegar, they're going to get pickly faster. I'm going to put a tablespoon of pickling spice, a little bit of black peppercorns, probably like a 1/2 tablespoon, 1/2 tablespoon of salt, and a little bit of sugar, tablespoon. In the summer, we make a good mini pickled eggs. That's a good way to preserve them when we have an abundance. So I'll play around with different recipes. I mean, there are tons out there you can use. This is just one I'm doing today. While I'm waiting for that to come to a boil, I'm going to strain this apple cider vinegar or apple scrap vinegar, whatever you want to call it. I did use apple scraps. You can see it's bubbling a little bit. It's been sitting for 2 weeks. That's it. I'm going to let this, it's starting to boil a little bit. I'll probably let it boil for, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, kind of low, just to let those spices kind of get into the vinegar mixture. Ooh, that vinegar. Wow, that vinegar. If I can stand it in here, I'm going to start working on my kombucha while I let that go for about, I don't know, 5 more minutes or as long as I can stand it. That vinegar is strong. That's my original SCOBY, and this is the new one that formed on the top of the jar. I'm going to put blueberries and ginger in this. I think I'm about to just let this vinegar steep off of the heat because I can't hardly work in here. Okay, so I got my blueberries in here. Now I'm going to get some of this ginger. I'm happy with the amount of ginger and blueberry I have in there, I'm going to pour some of this off. So I'm just going to cap these and put them back here on my counter so I will be very aware of them. So I will open them every so often to make sure the pressure isn't building up in them. Okay, I'm still going to let that vinegar percolate a little bit. We're going to let this water boil, and then we're going to add our tea to it and cover it for 10 minutes. 2 tablespoons of tea for a gallon of water. I'm going to take 12 ounces out of this. Then I know I have plenty of starter. Put the rest in here. Okay, and some of these I did just put blueberries in instead of blueberries and ginger. My husband's not crazy about ginger, so those will be for him and for me. I like both. I'm going to put 1 cup of sugar in here. Half a cup, because my 1 cup doesn't fit in here too good. And another half a cup. Yep, I don't wash that. There's nothing on that. We use it for something else. All right. Water is boiling. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of this tea in here. Take it off the heat. Cover it. Come back in 10 minutes.
10-minute timer started.
And I will set a timer for that because I read it can get bitter if it oversteeps. So try them for 10 minutes. All right. I'm going to pour this over my eggs. I definitely want it hot when I put it on the eggs so it can get in there and like start penetrating the eggs is what I feel like. Maybe not, but that's what I feel like. That cool, and then we'll put them in the refrigerator. All right, the timer went off for the tea. So I'm just going to strain it right in to my jug, whatever. Oh, I made a damn mess. Well, sometimes you make a damn mess. Anyway, I strain it right into the jug. Might not have been my best thought, but there we go. Most of it went in the jug. I didn't spill that much. Okay, so I'm going to dissolve the sugar, and then I'm going to add my water to cool it off. And so y'all can see, when you have like a real day in the kitchen, like you just woke up and you got this stuff you got to get done. Sometimes it's not picture perfect, but that's okay. Because you know what? It's getting done. I think that's dissolved good. I can't see through the tea that good. My up close seeing, once I turned a certain age, gone. Even when these glasses on, can't see too good. Okay. So I'm going to add the cold water. Before I add my SCOBY and starter, we want it to be cooled down. I have to wait for my pitcher to filter some more water. We have city water, so I don't want to use that. This is cool enough. Yeah. Add the liquid from the previous batch, and I think that's safe to put my SCOBY back in. And I'm going to add a little bit more water once it filters, but for now, that's that. The next thing I want to do is get my lemon's juice so I can get them in the freezer. I like to freeze them in these little squares. I keep fresh lemons too, but these are just so handy to throw in my green drinks or my lemon water in the morning. Just pop a couple cubes out and bam, you got it. And I save the rinds sometime, not all the time, because it would be too many. But I'll just cover these in vinegar and that'll make a nice cleaner for me later. I finish doing these and then get them in these trays. I'm not going to record all that. It's the same thing over and over and over again. I just figured out that I had the camera the wrong way. Here we are. Okay, well, I got one more lemon to juice. I saved this just so I can show you how good this little juicer works. It really saves my hands. The older I get, the more things like that bother my hands. So I have been enjoying it. I've only had it for about a month now, and I have used it. I think this is the third time. So anyways, I love it. Pretty sure they got it off Amazon. I got 5-ish cups of juice. So I'm going to start filling up my little trays here, and I'm going to get them in the freezer. And then I just pop them out of these trays, put them in a gallon freezer bag, and they keep really good like that. They don't stick together or anything. Then if I don't have lemons on hand, or if I have lemons on hand but I don't feel like get my little hand juicer out, I just grab some of these out of the freezer. All right, well, this is going to take a minute. Got the lemon juice freezing. I have about 5 more cups. I'll just keep doing that, emptying them and filling them up. And then I have the peels here. I'm going to cover these with vinegar. And then I don't have covers for these jars, so I'm going to just cover them with aluminum foil. Oh, I had just enough vinegar because I believe this is my last bottle of regular vinegar. Okay, see, cover it, set it to the side, and I already have some of this strained. I think I have a gallon under there, so I will just let this sit until I need more. Once I use all that, then I'll worry about straining this. I just top the kombucha off with water. I'm going to get this rubber band on it and sit it over there out the way. I cooked this roast yesterday in my pressure cooker thing. It's kind of like an Instapot, but it's a Ninja Foodi. And I'm just going to cut this up. I know I'm using scissors because, well, that's what works for me. So I got this all cut up. I've got 3 containers. I'm just going to pour some of the broth from where I cooked it back on top. And then I will throw this in the freezer and have it sometime for supper in the future. But I have the rest of this ginger here. I think I'm going to go ahead and chop it up and put it in a jar with some honey. It did take me a minute to peel the garlic. I went back and forth and I was like, no, I should definitely peel it. I've always peeled it in the past, but today I was trying to be lazy, but no, I talked myself out of doing that and went on and peeled it. All right, I am just going to chop it up in my chopper. And this is some I've had, I don't know, I'm sure I made that over a year ago, probably. It was 2 jars, and I've just been using it along and along in different dishes and mostly in hot tea when you're sick or something. So, or maybe you just want some hot tea. It's good in that. All right, I'm gonna top this with honey. I'll just cap that and it'll settle and I'll swish it around, and if I need more, then I will top it off with some more a little bit later. But that is all that I have going on right now. I don't think I'm going to video cooking chicken. It's just some chicken breasts that I have that I'm going to cook, and then I'll probably cool them in the refrigerator until tomorrow, and package them in containers to put in the freezer for later for meals in the future. If you've been watching, you probably figured out that I really enjoy prepping. I enjoy preserving food and pre-making anything that will make my night times easier. Because in the evenings, a lot of times I just either don't have time or I'm tired from other things I've been doing during the day to get in here and really cook for an hour or so. So it's just so nice to have anything that I can have ready. I love to have that on hand. And everyone's different. You may not be that way. You might not like eating stuff out the freezer. I consider it convenience meals. I love it. My family eats it. I guess they love it too. Anyway, that is it for me. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see y'all next time.